of any living being when absorbed, including you.
Special text. You're on your way to performing a special attack. Possible with special attacks are prompted in the lower right hand counter. Use your blobs to unlock special powers at any time.
Hold on to that. Built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different rewards. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have.
That led to the big apocalypse eons ago. But it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. one behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Let's go.
Let's try that again. Lockety-locked.
Puzzles. A second cause of death. It's not a boss that killed me, it'll be a puzzle.
Let's try that again. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. There you go.
Puzzle thing is weird. Not sure if I'm supposed to match the colors or what am I doing. Airstrike. Perfectly counting an enemy attack will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars soaked above their head. And after hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up in the air.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Candy.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what? There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, the disciples turned against each other. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Dialogue setting by default dialogues are set to advance from 1 and PC99 to next automatically. If you want manually advanced dialogue, you can change the settings. Way back in the long ago.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people.
The potato people.
The potato people, or NONO, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
NONO? Potato people are better.
You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The NONO prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
I must find the potato people.
should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The NONO's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the NONO as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the NONO, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The NONO are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
You mean the potato people?
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of NONO out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
I don't know if I can... Yeah. Well, there's one way to find out. Oh crap. Okay, good to know that I can't swim. But water didn't kill me. Actually, water is my weakness because I can't swim.
Now that you've seen the NONO's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal. Not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
I shouldn't make her worry.
No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
So the 3 stages...
The Tree of Life is holding up, but the question is for how long? You're running out of time.
So the 3 stages of
says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
I understand. Also, I drowned 9 times before I learned how to swim. But eventually I learned how.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
Yeah, I suck at directions. I can't read a compass. So confusing. Ah, that felt good.
Let's see.
You can fast travel to the signpost you've unlocked by selecting it on the map. To open the map at any time, press touchpad. You are here. Yes, I am.
off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Aura, your inner balance is two halves that completes a wholeness that flows through all things. At times you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. We are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is the sum of the choices we make and the actions we take. The balance of reactions creates your aura score, which affects the dialogue with other characters.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
Interacting with captives and side shrines will award you with side points that you can use to unlock sonic powers. Powers can only be unlocked once you have reached the required dark or light inner balance.
He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
I like the light.
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Only to those who are afraid of it. Or hurt by it.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
You've gained a side point. Use it to unlock powers and mutations menus. Some powers are unlocked by the aura score, meaning that your side points can only unlock powers of the same color as your current aura, or those without.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. The Jackney tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jackney tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jackney isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jackney's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. He believes you share Jagni's view on the world. Regardless, Jagni would welcome someone that had helped them against the Myriad tribe. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Your current and started quests are shown in journals. See top menu. You can change which quest you track by opening the journal tab and selecting another quest. Talk to Jagni or Myriad Sifu. As much I agree with the Jagni, life should not perish because it is weak and fragile.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
Life needs to be strong in order to survive. It should not perish because it is weak.
That's the Myriad tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
Life should never perish.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Life should always flourish. It is true fate will always find a way, but why should we leave it to fate? When we ourselves are in charge of our own destiny. How we shape this world is through our actions.
Let's see.
And our actions determine how the world we're in. If we want it to flourish, then our actions should be.
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance.
And our action should be to make life flourish, not by force.
fort. Figure says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says their door is always open for anyone willing to join their cause. The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace.
I agree with this.
The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Have you seen my Muma?
Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. Says there has to be some dark so that light can prove its purity above it, and promises this will happen if you help them unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life.
I agree. Without darkness, there is no light. Without light, there is no darkness. There is good and evil. But there is also evil and good. You have my services. They want to unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the World Tree. Warning. Sets their game's end goal to save the Tree of Life. Choosing destiny for defeat or rival. Sifus are limited to unite or subdue.
He could only hope for you to do that, and is thankful you know what's right. That's a sign of strength. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control of their destiny. The tribes need a firm hand guiding them into the future. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war.
As such is the nature of war.
They might bring them war, but they'll never take away their inner peace. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even though you don't share their values, they hope you'll lead with mercy. The outcome of this war is up to you. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. They passed the point of no return as their words lost power and see no other way forward than using violence to combat violence. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Hello?
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help. Even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is a place that'll make you remember. You have things to do, places to go to. Says goodbye to you.
Take leak.
Let's see.
That's gonna be it for now. I just want to get into this game because I really wanted to play it. But anyways, we'll come back and play some more. Eventually. I wouldn't say eventually, but like very soon. But until then, I'll see everyone next time. So that'll be it for now. Everybody take care and have a good day or night. And with that, I'll see one whenever. Should be very soon. Most likely tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Alright, later. game. Wait. Save game. I thought I had an autosave feature. This works too.